Happy spring from the Cobb County Master Gardeners. I'm Joe Washington, Master Gardener Volunteer with the University of Georgia Extension in Cobb County, and I'm here today with our Master Gardener Coordinator, Renee Lemon. Renee, let's show our viewers how to plant, divide, and store dahlia tubers.
That sounds like a great idea. One of the first things that you need to do is a soil test. A soil test will tell you what the pH of the soil is, and it will also tell you the nutrients in the soil, and it will tell you what you need to do to have a healthy garden all year long, no matter what you're planting.
Renee did a soil test to determine what she needed to do, if anything, to get this soil ready for a successful season of growing dahlias. According to the soil report from UGA, the pH was 5.8. Dahlias like a pH of 6.5 to 7, so Renee added organic oyster shell lime to the planting area several weeks ago. On this beautiful spring day in April, we'll be digging up and dividing tubers. If you dig in the fall, store the tubers in a cool, dry place until spring. Renee likes to use boxes lined with newspaper or paper grocery bags. Layering the tubers with peat moss keeps them dry. If you wait until the spring, dig them and divide them the same day. The tools and materials that you will need are a shovel, soil amendments, a flooring knife, stakes, plant labels, gardening tape, diatomaceous earth, soil amendments recommended from your soil test like oyster shell, slug bait, and peat moss. A warm, sunny spot is essential to grow happy dahlias. Remember, location, location, location. Renee has the perfect spot as it gets all-day sun with late afternoon shade, and this wall keeps the soil warm in the winter. As we gently dig up these tubers, you will see how much one tuber multiplies in just a year. Using a pitchfork helps gently lift the soil and the tubers. Rinsing helps see what is viable and what is not. Only tubers that are connected to the original one are viable. If you dig in the fall, this is the time to let them dry for 24 hours and then store them. If you dig in the spring, like we are today, you can dig, divide, and replant, all in one day. Removing the tubers that aren't viable is the first step. Then it's time to use your flooring knife. This handy tool helps get in those tight spaces.
Okay, so you want to go down about 6 inches, and you're going to get your tuber and you're going to plant it in the ground. Now this will kind of hurt your feelings when you do this, but you need to do it anyway, is these tubers do not have enough energy to support all of these newbies, okay? So I'm going to break some of these off, and no, you can't plant them and then make a plant. I wish. Even that little one right there that's starting, I'm going to pop them off. So all of the energy can go to this one. Okay? So I lay him in, this is called an eye. When it's in the earlier spring, it may only be a ½ inch tall, but that's what needs to be pointing up when you plant. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the ground. And here's the important part with your stakes. You want to get your bamboo stake, and you want to put it as close to your eye as you can. So when it does pop out of the ground, you know what you're working with. Okay?
After you've separated the tubers, it's time to plant a few and maybe share a few. Cover up with soil, but do not water in. Do not water the dahlia tubers until they break ground. Now's a good time to sprinkle some diatomaceous earth or organic slug killer over the area. Slugs and rabbits can be a challenge. After your dahlia plant has 3 sets of leaves, pinch the top off. This will encourage it to bush out. Keep stakes and garden tape handy, as dahlias have hollow stems and will break very easily under wind and heavy rain conditions. Follow these tips and you should be able to enjoy your beautiful flower well into October. Check back with us in a few months for part 2, how to care for your dahlias in the heat of the summer. For more information on dahlias, contact your local UGA Extension office. Thanks for joining us.